Miss Mitchell here. I'm just going to continue on from Mrs. Machinga's lesson in reading yesterday when she talked to us about taking notes and reading through a specific lens with our subtopics. I'm going to continue her lens of geography and try to go through a different text structure. She used boxes and bullets. I'm going to try a different one and see what my text lends me to use. So I have our chart here where we had our researchers take notes that follow the structure of their text. Mrs. Machinga used our first one, boxes and bullets. There's also sequential, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and problem and solution. So I'm going to use a text from World Book Kids about our country we're studying together, China. So here is a World Book Kids on China, and I can see that there's different subheadings about maybe some of the notes that I could take for different subtopics. And I'm going to go up to where it says land because I know Mrs. Machinga chose the subtopic lens of geography. I'm going to read through land and see what I could maybe take some notes on with the text structure. China is the third largest country in the world in area. Only Russia and Canada are larger. China has more people than any other country, about 1.4 billion. About a fifth of the world's people live there. China is so huge that it includes many different kinds of land. It reaches almost to the Arctic in the north and is tropical in the south. It has fertile plains in the east and deserts in the west. A dry, cold plateau covers the southwestern part of the country. On its edge are some of the world's tallest mountains, including Mount Everest. Several deserts, including part of the Gobi Desert, are in northwest China. Central China has dry lands where wheat is grown. Farmers in hilly areas grow crops on terraced fields, flat fields cut into the hillsides. So I'm going to think about this section that I just read and see what kind of text structure I could use to take notes on. And I'm noticing in the section that we just read, it's talking about different parts of China. Maybe I could use compare and contrast to compare the different parts of China that I just read about for the land. So I'm going to open up my notes here, and I have compare and contrast as my structure that I'm going to use, and I'm using the lens of geography like Mrs. Machinga did. And I noticed that in my section I read, it talked about northwest China and central China. And what was in northwest China? It was full of deserts, like the famous Gobi Desert. In central China, it had dry lands where wheat could be grown, hilly areas, and flat fields. So I'm going to add that to my notes and continue to synthesize through the lens of geography. I hope that you can try this in your notes today too.